And we are live in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of MKZ, the motherfucking podcast, man. We're back with episode 3, man. Thank y'all so much for, we say this every episode. Thank y'all so much for the continued love and support. Thank y'all so much for the patience that y'all have with us. We'll run on 3 different schedules. We try our best to get episodes out, but we're committed to this shit, and we're trying to stay as solid as we can for as long as we can. So keep on, Smacks. How y'all boys feeling today, man?
Like shit.
Man, when is the school semester over with, bro? I'm over this already.
Man,
The shit just started.
Gee, your weekend.
That's the point. I'm over it, bro. I'm ready to get into spring break. I'm ready to get out into summer.
Okay. I feel it. Man, listen, can we start off this episode by saying, first off, let's start off by saying we're going back to sports, okay? We're going to be back on our quick sports talks. That's our passion at the end of the day. But
Everybody clicking off right now.
No. They're watching to the end. But I must say, we're supposed to be talking about NFL today because it's a big weekend coming up. If y'all don't know, it's fucking Super Bowl week. So get the fuck up. Get the fuck up and get ready to get your plans in order, okay? Because we turned up this weekend. But before anything, y'all see the background. Y'all see Snoop Dogg promoting in my background. LeBron James has just become the #1 leading scorer in all of NBA history, man. How do y'all feel about such an achievement, man?
Let's take a bow to the king real quick, man.
Man, GOAT James, man. There's nothing more to say. Okay, don't start. Keep on. There's nothing more to say. King James, man, he continues to show us day in, day out why he is the GOAT of this shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody else is saying. We can have a conversation about that another day, but y'all know where I stand, and I'm not moving, so what's up? Anybody got smoke with me? What's up? We could talk about it. Talk about it in the comments, whatever you want to say. What's up, nigga?
Yeah, you know damn well you want to say something. Kobe, man. Go ahead, man.
No, I mean, we've been down had arguments for years about Kobe and LeBron.
Very true.
But you just, at this point, anybody who goes against LeBron James, you're just a hater, bro. Like it's proof in the pudding. He broke every record. He's top 10 in almost every stat in NBA history, and now he's the #1 scorer in NBA history. There's nothing you can say about it. Look at this shit in the background on your TV right now. Like, that's all his greatness. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if Kobe didn't tear his Achilles, he would have probably rolled that bit too. But it's cool. It's part of Kobe. What, #3? So I forgot, like 3 or 4. It's cool. LeBron got #1.
Disrespectful, man. I appreciate. Keep on as a soldier because he's certainly showing his flowers on the day that the king deserves it instead of talking his usual shit. So we appreciate you for that, Key. But without further ado, man, let's get started with this episode, man. Like I said, we're gonna be talking about NFL today, so it's a big week. Last episode 1, we gave our NFL predictions. Some of us were spot on. Some of us missed the whole motherfucking mark by a long shot. But we gonna let
like Mac Jones in the playoffs just missing these receivers. God damn.
Yeah, like Dolphins go to the Super Bowl. Remember that?
We gonna let them.
That was my bias prediction.
We gonna let them people own up to their actions in a bit. But yeah, man, the Super Bowl is right around the corner. The Super Bowl is this Sunday. We have the Philadelphia Eagles facing off against the Kansas City Chiefs, man. So it's looking like it's going to be an amazing game, man. I'm very much looking forward to it. We got 2 of the hottest young quarterbacks in the league competing for, what is the ultimate prize at the end of the day, what everybody fights for, what everybody works for, that ring that everybody, so heavily seeks. So before anything, let's talk about them predictions, okay? I'll start because I was a bit spot on with my predictions. If I can pat myself on the back.
I mean, I was right there with you.
All right, shut the hell up, County. Shut the hell up. Shut up. But yeah, so Like I said, predictions. Let's not talk about who predicted what during the playoffs, man. We're talking about the big game now. The big game. I ended up saying that the Philadelphia Eagles were going to face off against the Kansas City Chiefs in Arizona on Sunday. What a time to be alive, I mean, what can we say? Really, we got honestly the two heavy hitters from since the beginning of the season. Really, you have the heavy hitter out of the AFC, the Chiefs that have been a Super Bowl contender for the past I don't know how many years now. Like, yeah, about 4 or 5 years since Mahomes got in the league. So we already know what they represent. And then we have I want to say newcomers, even though this is their second Super Bowl appearance in the last 5 years. I want to say newcomers just because this team is revamped. This is a bit of a new team than we've seen in the last Super Bowl. You have a young quarterback in Jalen Hurts who is showing, proving doubters wrong, honestly. And he's showing that he is, everything that he was slated to be coming out of college. And, it's going to be a phenomenal matchup. It's going to be a phenomenal matchup, man. Anybody want to speak on their predictions before we give the predictions for this Super Bowl? I know there's some owning up that needs to be done, so let's just get straight to it.
You might as well start it off, man.
Nah, don't say on me. Yeah, don't say silent now, nigga. You know who we talking about.
Bro, honestly,
remind them of your pick.
Well, my picks are what Bills versus Niners, right?
Yeah. Correct.
We got the clips.
So the clips. So the Niners situation, bro. I know you did about that. Like, honestly, I don't know if I said in the clip or not, but I felt like Jimmy's going to come back. But even still, he didn't come back. He came back. They say potentially that the game when the game started, he was going to come back maybe in the Super Bowl. So like, okay, we have Nick Mullins, and with the Eagles, which is crazy about the Eagles is they had an easy year in my opinion, low key. They had some opponents. But like most of the guys that are over 500 were their own division, and they were clearly better than the Giants and the Washington and the Cowboys.
Right.
So I felt like they were going to run into a good Niners defense, which they did. And that offense, they do anything in the first half. Even with Nick Mullins being hurt, they kicked it in the second half. But like, I forgot. They all the goddamn saying to me. Like
they them auto-generated characters on Madden and shit. Yeah.
They end up getting 8 in the playoffs. Like, but I mean, it's unfortunate. Everybody always says that the great saying like defense win championship, which is true. But like, bro, nowadays you can't win without a quarterback, bro.
You can't.
It don't matter who. It don't matter how great that whole team. From top to bottom, great players, offensively and defensively.
Loaded.
Without a quarterback, bro, you're not going to win.
They were loaded.
Jalen Hurts. Yeah, they were loaded. And Jalen Hurts, he went out there and he played foosball. So, they did their thing.
Very true. Now, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say what we gotta say. Hold on, what you about to say?
I was just gonna say, that quarterback pick is very true. You do that quarterback pick is very true. You do need a quarterback to win in this league these days, and you have those people that ride with a tried and tested defense wins championships, which I agree. We saw it in the 0-1 Ravens. We've seen it in the throwback Steelers. We've seen these teams come out here with these phenomenal defenses and offenses that were partially subpar, but these days it doesn't look like defense can win you any rings. I'm gonna be real. Like, you definitely need a solid defense to assist, but if you don't have at least a game manager at the quarterback position, a solid game manager at the quarterback position, it's very hard to win in this league. But the reason I bring that up is to say your other pick, they were pretty loaded at every position, including quarterback. So what we saying about the Buffalo Bills, man? Are they frauds, or it's just another unfortunate mishap with the Buffalo Bills?
I got something to say. So I was talking to one of my coworkers about this at my job too, and like we get so caught up into the success they had in the last 2-3 years and how everything's going crazy. Like I had to take a step back and really look at like Josh Allen, he wasn't bad, but he wasn't really doing much until he got Stephon Diggs. And then it's like I mean, when he got Stephon Diggs, when he threw like 4,000 yards, a lot of touchdowns, and it had a great seasons. But it's like you can see it kind of like Josh Allen. If he's not throwing that Stephon Diggs, if that defense isn't on top par, it's like okay, you might get the little bell out of Gabriel Davis, but it's not flowing like I don't know. Like, I don't know what happened. Like last year, it looked good, but then again, like last year, the Chiefs had Daniel Sorensen out there guarding him. Like that wasn't going to work. So it's just it's hard because I feel like Josh Allen is still like a top 5 best quarterback in the league. But like when you look at the games and look how they play, like him, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, like even like what Trevor Lawrence was doing in the first game against the Chargers, like you can really see that they're like in that pocket, posed, trying to make plays and like putting it all. It's like Josh Allen was more on some like, we'll see. I don't know how it goes. Like, you can see the energy was different with Josh Allen, and you saw that clip of him like Stephon Diggs looking at him like, "Yo, what's good?" Like I don't know, Josh Allen. I wouldn't call him a bust or a fraud. I would just say we'll see happen next year. He got one more year of this shit, so let's see.
Okay,
that's my opinion.
Okay, well now
that nigga sold me though.
He did. He completely shattered your pick. I'm sorry to say that. Now I want to pose a question to my fellow correct future picker, future estimator, whatever the fuck you want to call this, in Smacks. I want to pose a question to you, Smacks. Just from I want to keep the topic on the Bills for a little bit longer. I just want to hear your perspective on this Buffalo Bills team. Like we have for years at this point, we have, recognized them as one of the top teams in the league. One of those teams that, we look at and it's like, okay, you have your top 3 teams coming out of the AFC and your top 3 teams coming out of the NFC. I feel like year in, year out, we see those Buffalo Bills in that third, second, even the first spot when it comes to the AFC. And it's unfortunate, but it just hasn't really resulted so much. So do you feel as though these Buffalo Bills are going to be one of those teams that go under the wastewater in NFL history where it's like they kind of underachieved, Or is this going to be a team that is currently just fighting through, their growing stages, their growing pains, if you will, and will eventually see the light on the other side of the tunnel?
I'm gonna have to lean towards the side of they're gonna be one of those teams that underperform because their window right now is closing. Guys' contracts is coming up. Like I believe I think it's Jordan Poyer. He's a free agent this off season, so you have to re-sign him. Dick's deal, I believe, might be coming up in about a year or two. And, you just got guys to re-sign, and you're trying to get the team better. You don't have a lot of draft capital. You really just to kind of lean on. So it's like your window's closing real fast, and there's only so much money that go around signing guys and trying to add new guys that you might need for different positions. And it's tough. So I really feel like they're going to be one of those teams. And then the way like they looked offensively against the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals, they're I ain't gonna lie, they played amazing defense throughout this playoffs. Like, they were a lot better than
solid team.
Their defense was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. But the way Josh Allen was looking, it ain't look good, especially against when he played us in the first round against the Dolphins. He didn't. He made some great plays and great throws, but it was like overall, I mean, he didn't look like the best. He didn't look like the best quarterback or like an MVP caliber player out there. Like you barely beat the Dolphins by 3 points. Your defense allows 31, and it's like, and we have a backup quarterback. So imagine, and as we've seen, what a real quarterback can do against that team. And Josh only put up, I believe, like 10 points.
Right. So do y'all feel as though it's fair to put a lot of the blame on Josh Allen, being that, like Kevon said, he has submerged himself as a top 5 quarterback in this league. Regardless of the results thus far, we cannot take that away from him. His numbers have shown it, especially with the addition of Stephon Diggs, like you said. His numbers have shown it. His continued success has shown it, and every other day it seems as though they're glorifying Josh Allen because he's breaking some new record, whether it's through the air or through his legs. So Can we put all the blame on Josh Allen? Or should we start looking at maybe the front office for how they're building this team? Or should we start looking at different pieces around him that's like, okay, like, yes, we expect Josh Allen to carry us to victory, but in the case that he slacks, which happens with all quarterbacks, because there's some times where some quarterback is not going to be as top tier as we know them to be, who's going to pick up that slack? So do we put the blame on Josh Allen, Kevon, or do we try to share the load, and even maybe some coaching issues in there as well? Like, how do y'all feel?
Um, it's tough because everybody always puts blame on the quarterback. They're the most paid player on the team, the most face of the team, basically. I wouldn't put all the blame on him. I know postseason, and regular season, but still, regardless, regular season, he had a great year. He's been doing good. I think it's like I feel like it's every athlete hits this hitch. It's different for every athlete. So like I use Michael Jordan as an example. 'Cause I think he's like one of the first athletes we've seen go through this. Not first athlete, but like more recognizable when he struggled with the Detroit Pistons, the Bad Boys. And man, around that time, dudes like, damn, they keep calling Michael Jordan the GOAT, this and that, the third, Black Jesus, but he can't beat the Bad Boy Pistons. And it's a little different from Josh Allen. It's not like he's going against a team over and over again losing, but like this part, like young career, he still has that hitch in it. Like he doesn't know how to get over that hump, maybe to get to the next level. And I think what we're so consumed of is like players like Patrick Mahomes, who as soon as he started, he ended up going to the conference championship, the into Super Bowl, and we see this a lot with a lot of young players, and even in NBA and other sports. So it's like we're so used to players getting up, but like there's players that's going to struggle a little bit. And I think just Josh Allen's just one of those guys. Like I say, he's a talented guy. He's good. He's going to struggle. Now. He's going to look. He's going to look back in this game over the summer, look back at the season, and look like, yo, we have a team to win it. Like I have to make that next step. And it's crazy because he's like we say, he's greatest, one of the great quarterbacks in the league. So he has to make another step, and you have to, bro. It's what it is. And it's just curiosity to see how he's going to show up next year.
Ooh. Excuse me, I've been getting over a little sickness this past weekend, but excuse me for any coughs or whatever you might hear. But yeah, Kevon, you're spot on. You're spot on, honestly. And sometimes it's unfair, like you said, because a lot of these players, we tend to see, this is the thing about society, right? Woo!
Yeah, I'm getting that pep though, bro.
Please get it. See,
hey, man, extra drink some Tylenol now.
McKinley, listen. This is the thing about this this generation of viewers and sports fans in general. A lot of them, we always get into this game of comparison. We like to compare. Key, go to hell, boy. Fuck you, man. We always get into this game of comparing people and their careers, and we spoke about this a bit on episode 1, where everybody's just not gonna be Tom Brady. Everybody's just not gonna be Patrick Mahomes. Everybody's just not gonna come out the gate firing like Lamar Jackson and win the MVP in year 2, 3. Everybody isn't going to be that quality of a player off rip. But one thing we have to afford these quality players, we have to at least give them a chance for their career to pan out. It can't be a situation where a player's not getting it done year 1, year 2, and we're like, yeah, he's a bust. Let's get him up out of here. He's a scrub. That's how I feel like players like Trey Lance or other like Tua at the beginning of his career were starting to get treated. They're like, okay, you have an immediate comparison. Tua being Justin Herbert and things of that nature. You have comparison players that are like, okay, this player's doing this. Why are you not doing the same? When in reality, it's like, okay, that's his career. That's what he's doing. It's like life in general. You cannot compare your life to what somebody else has going on. You just got to focus on you, focus on your walk in life, and focus on your path and see if it pans out for you. So I feel like we got to do the same for these quarterbacks. Now, that's not to absolve them of their fault, because there's some quarterbacks that are underperforming. Let's be real. Everybody talks about, I've heard the Justin Herbert hype for years on end up until this point. I love Justin Herbert as a quarterback, but is for him is getting to a point where what is going on, you know? Like, I understand you've had coaching issues, I understand you've had the team around you, I understand you've had all of this, but it's like I see more comments about Mickey Allen or Josh Allen is a fraud and all this extra shit, and I see straight glorification for Justin Herbert, who has done little to nothing in this league. And the latest thing we remember about Justin Herbert is giving up a damn near 30-point lead to the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars. So it's like, you know, although I'm not sitting on Justin Herbert saying that his career is not going to pan out, because he's a phenomenal quarterback. He's a top 10 quarterback in this league. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But like, if we're gonna put the spotlight on some of these players that aren't doing as well to begin their career, we have to do the same for the ones that we may like. McKinley, how you feel about Justin Herbert?
You know, I was with that boy, you know, Emmanuel Ocho talking about, you know, Justin Herbert, he's social media quarterback. You know, but all jokes aside, you know, it was a lot of hype, and you know, there's been a lot of comparisons between him and Tua, and you know, Tua hasn't had the same type of start, you know, to his career like Herbert did. But I mean, now this season, I mean, they pretty much, even though different skill sets, you know, different abilities, but they pretty much produced at the same level.
Yeah.
Both took their teams to the playoffs. You know, unfortunately, they both lost, but they both put up great numbers in the regular season. They both put up like top 10 numbers in the regular season. And so, I mean, yeah, I believe, you know, we really gotta hold these quarterbacks more accountable, at least fans, you know, just to be like a little unbiased and more objective to holding their whoever their favorite is accountable to, you know, to these certain standards in which, you know, instead of just glorifying them and ignoring any mistakes, any faults that come their way, any, you know, bad plays or decisions that they've made, you know, instead of ignoring that, you know, we gotta hold them accountable, especially to other people or the athletes that we hold to that same kind of standard.
Very true. Very true. I want to pose a question to y'all. Let me ask y'all a question because, you know, it's easy for me to ask this question because, I mean, this guy has become one of the faces of the Chargers up into this point in time, but we saw how his career has panned out. Being that Justin Herbert is now a Charger and his career has progressed the way we've seen it so far, do we see him being the Phillip Rivers of this era of quarterbacks? Like, I don't feel like it's crazy to say that. I really don't think it's ridiculous to say that. I know it's very early. You know,
it's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say.
It's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say that. Key, how you feel? Like, do you think? Because we see the star quarterbacks in the league. We see the Mahomes. We see the Hurts. We see the Burrows. We see the Jacksons. We see these quarterbacks that have proven themselves up until this point. And like I said, it's not fair to knock the ones that haven't been in the best situation. But like, realistically, do we see Justin Herbert outshining some of these other big time quarterbacks that he's, you know, inevitably pit against because they are balling in the same era?
No, we'll see. Me personally, Justin Herbert, bro, I've been telling niggas this for years. Bro, I just don't see it. Like, he going crazy stats wise regular season, bro. But when it comes down to winning games, he don't put it up there. And I see a lot of people put him. Y'all say Tua. Everybody saying, shoot, Herbert not better than Lamar. Like, what? Bro, like I said, no respect to Justin Herbert. I get it. He's a savant. What, 6'8", got an arm like a cannon, all this thing. He like what's that name from Remember the Titans? He like sunshine out there. Oh, that's Trevor Lawrence now.
Hell no.
But Phil Rivers, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I feel Phil Rivers has been really in a bad spot. Like, I don't think anybody can touch this because he had like LaDainian Tomlinson. He had Old Man Gates,
Yeah.
Vincent Jackson. He had all these great players. I mean, granted, he didn't go against Tom Brady, so it's unfortunate for him. But if Herbert could get a tough team and lose over and over again, we could bring that conversation up. But we only got one so far, so let's see.
Yeah.
But I remember now my prediction. I had Jacksonville winning. I don't know if y'all seen that, bro.
I'll cut that up for you. I'll give him that. I'll give him that one. He did have. He did have Jackson. He did have Jackson.
Bro, when I first seen that man, Trevor Lawrence play at Clemson, bro, I knew Jim was gonna be tough, bro. I knew he was gonna be tough, bro. Bro, it man threw 3 picks, and I was at work. They said he had 3 picks. I said, "Damn, boy, 3 picks already." I said that was in the first quarter. You know, you get the bad shots out the way, man. He came in and dotting up, and he competed too in the second round.
Right.
But me personally, I like Trevor Lawrence a lot. Like you see how he played, bro. He's poised. Even when he made mistakes and stuff, like he not gonna fold or do something dumb. Like, and I don't know. Like Justin Herbert. I mean, granted he is young. It's his first playoff appearance. Same with Trevor Lawrence too, but it's his first appearance, and he probably got to. They had a lot of adrenaline. They had a lot of hype going into it. Dudes on the sideline probably talking crazy like, yeah, we beating them boys, da, 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 and they probably got over their heads. So we seen that time and time again in the NFL. So I'm not gonna hold it to him. First time the playoffs, unfortunate it happened. But Trevor Lawrence was down first time the playoffs and made it back. So I don't know, but we'll see. Like it's a lot of the. That's why I think the NFL is so interesting. Even other sports, because we see the future right now with the best quarterbacks winning. You see Joe Burrow and Mahomes. That might be a thing for the next how many tons of years. The Niners, they still got a good young team. All those guys are still basically on the contract. They didn't see the quarterback situation. Maybe, like you said, Trey Lance could probably come up next year and stay healthy. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. We seen all them boys, but at the bottom too, them boys they fighting, but they build up their range too. Like if Trevor Lawrence had a better team, who knows what happened? They probably beat the Bengals. If Herbert didn't sold, he probably would have went up there too. So it's a very competitive league, and even though dudes lose the next year, they can still come back and end up being a conference championship next year. So you never know. That's what's interesting about it.
That's very true. That's very true. One thing I can say before we get into these Super Bowl predictions, we get back on the track of Super Bowl. The NFL is in a great place. The NFL is in a great place, and I'm gonna be honest. You know, I would have never imagined that I would be able to say that. You know, a week after Tom Brady announces his retirement, where we have the greatest quarterback of all time. And just real quick, you know, as a Dolphins fan, I mean, it's hard for me to say it. Don't worry, okay, I'm not gonna say anything disrespectful this time. As a Dolphin fan, it's hard for me to say it, but I just want to give my flowers to TB12, man. That we're never gonna see a career like that ever again. We're never gonna see a career like that ever again, man. And
finally, he's retired, but get him out the league. Finally, fix your relationship with Giselle, man. You done sacrificed it for what? Absolutely nothing.
I knew 7 rings. That's what sacrificed for 7 rings.
I knew.
He didn't get one. He didn't get one this year. What did he do? He lost in the first round against the Dallas Cowboys.
I can say honestly, he probably should have stick with his first retirement. That would have been probably the best way to go on out. But I'm not here to put no slander on Tom Brady's name today, man. We have to give flowers.
Than me.
Yeah, I'm a better guy than you, man. We have to give flowers where flowers are due. Ain't no way he put up the picture. Hold on, Key. You exposing yourself with that button on your iPhone, my boy.
Oh. Oh, sugar.
Just chill. Put the Pepto Bismol down, man. But no. Like dead ass. Like seeing him go is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because we will never see nothing like it again. 7 rings, utter domination from damn near. I don't want to say the moment he stepped in the league, but damn near the moment he stepped in the league to the moment he left. Like. It's unbelievable, and you know you could choose to hate him, you could choose to love him, whatever you choose to do, you have to respect that man. You have to, because he changed the game. He done something for the game that we will never see again. You know, I don't know if y'all want to put any words into Tom Brady before I segment up to the next point. I know Key probably does because that's his homie. But yeah, man, just a phenomenal career, phenomenal player, and I can honestly say he is the GOAT of, you know, American football. I have to say it, man.
Thank you. McKelly, you're welcome. You witnessed greatness your whole career.
Very unfortunate.
Yes. He should have, like you said, he should have retired the first time. Even as a Tom Brady fan, I want him to retire. Like he should have retired after he won in the Buccaneers. Like that was crazy. He should have did it at the time.
That was the Cinderella story. He should have went off.
Yeah. Like he should have just left on that note, but lost his wife for that shit. That's crazy. But
that's crazy.
Tom Brady, bro, like I can't even get emotional. Like it don't even feel like it's real. Like, I feel like next year he about to suit up. Like this man's been doing it for years. Since a few years I watch football because of Tom Brady. Like the dude's a GOAT. I don't know. All his accolades speaks for himself. It's crazy that we're not going to see him again. And now that I notice it, I do have a favorite quarterback, it's Lamar Jackson. I was about to say, I don't have a favorite quarterback anymore. But it is Lamar Jackson, that's my dog. Yeah. But even Lamar, he's not going to, no one's going to replicate what Tom Brady's done. Like, they might get 3 rings, maybe 4 rings. Yeah. But 7, bro, that's even like unthinkable, like to get 7 rings.
That's unthinkable for teams. That's unthinkable for franchises, bro.
Yeah, he was more than every franchise. Every franchise has 6 rings.
That's crazy.
I won't say all that, but
McKelly, please, bro, take this time to give some flowers to the man, bro, please.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro, you got to. You have no choice.
I don't know about all that. I do have a choice. That's what I'm thinking of podcast.
Okay.
McKelly, let me hear what you got to say about him, bro. Say something.
Should be on my skip Bayless, but we just gonna be chilling. All right. The Tom Brady, I ain't gonna lie. He's one hell of a he's one hell of a guy. A great, an amazing.
Keep talking, bro.
I don't care if this is recorded already. I don't need you recording it.
Waffle.
Anyways, Tom Brady, he is. As much as I don't like to say, he is the greatest, of all time in this sport for now. Waiting on that guy in Kansas City, 1-5 right there. He gonna surpass him real quick soon. But for right now,
it's too late.
For now, that boy Tom Brady is the GOAT. Seeing him compete against the Dolphins, many run-ins with him. We gave him the best competition. You can check the stats. We gave him the most picks. You feel me? We taking that shit away. You feel me? Most sacks against Brady. We was his best comp. Even though we did play him the most, so obviously we'd have the most stats. But just watching him play, he gets you riled up. It's like, man, it's like I almost know what like LeBron haters go through. It's like, man, you just want to see this man lose, and it's like, and that's just a testament to his greatness, man. He just does. He had me shocked when he came back in the Super Bowl against Atlanta from 28-3. I was talking my shit. I was running around in circles. I was like, let's go. Brady taking another L. Woo! I was happy. I was happy as a motherfucker. And then came back and had me shook. I couldn't say anything.
I don't think y'all understand. Listen, if y'all know us personally, I don't think y'all understand how difficult it was for my boy Smacks to just go on that spiel. I personally have never heard him say anything good about Tom Brady, so this is a first. This is a first.
I love it.
We appreciate, here at MKZ, we appreciate the real mechanic. We appreciate that. But yeah, man, enough Tom Brady dick riding for now, because fuck that nigga Tom Brady, nigga. I'm still a Dolphins fan. Fuck that nigga TB12. Fuck the Patriots. Fuck all them niggas, man. I got nothing to say about them fuck niggas. Before we segment to the Super Bowl, I just want to mention 2 teams real quick that are low-key, regardless of how they fell out this year. There's 2 teams that are low-key cementing themselves as, staples in this league. One of them being the San Francisco 49ers, who, if it wasn't for them going out there with their damn near 4th-string quarterback, would probably be in the Super Bowl right now. And I'm gonna be honest, the coldest man in the game right now, Joe Brady. Who?
You talking about? I thought you talking about Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, of course I'm gonna show love to Patrick Mahomes, but I gotta show love to Joe Burrow, bro. What, man, Joe Burrow? What them boys in the Bengals is doing right now? I just would never. I never saw it coming. I never saw it coming, and I thought it was going to take time for the Bengals to progress. I'm thinking Joe Burrow and the Bengals were going to look like Justin Herbert and the 49ers or whatever. Like it would take a second. It would take time for them to mature or whatever. But they came out the gate swinging. Like, how do we feel about the 49ers and the Bengals being teams that we see damn near every other year in the conference finals? I mean, in the conference championship. Like, it's crazy to see it, but these teams are becoming some of those staple teams that we see year in, year out. Key, how you feel about them?
Bro, this shit goes way back since like Deshaun Watson because I mean Joe Burrow was the number one pick, but I feel like it was still falter at his name. Like people were just talking down to him, and I remember like McKenny. I don't know if you remember, bro. I was on TikTok the second year in the league, and there's like, oh, Joe Burrow's overhyped. Even though he tore his ACL, he still would have have a good year if he finished it. It was talking crazy about like he can't throw down 20, 30 yards. And I'm like, he can't throw down the field. When we see him throw bombs to Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase in college, like I get it's the NFL, but he could do that. And I'm not, I mean, I like Joe Burrow. I'm not a huge fan of him, but I like him over most quarterbacks because he's proven everybody wrong. But it's hard to say that he's the number one pick, but he still had haters and it was heavy. People still saying Herbert was better than him. But well, in that second draft when they got Jamar Chase, I was like I get it, they have a connection, but they should have got the lineman. In my opinion, he just tore his ACL. Joe Burrow said, "F that, I'm going to the Super Bowl with my dog Jamar Chase, bro." Shit was crazy, bro. That like no one, I don't think people really talk about it as much. Like I get it was talking about like last year when it was going on,
Right.
but like, bro, he's doing this back to back years. It's only his third year in the NFL. Like and went back to the conference championship. Like they doing that, and Joe Burrow, like they had options to win that game, but they were still in a close game with the Chiefs, and that that he, like you said, he's gonna be a staple in this league, bro. And I get it. He lost to Patrick Mahomes, but Mahomes better watch out. Your homeboy McKinley Thompson better than Tom Brady. So, but like what? All right, bro, right on him.
He is a cold. He is a cold motherfucker. I must admit it. He's very cold, bro. And I've been, man, ever since I seen that cigar smoking after the damn national championship. That's all I had to say. That's all I had to see. I knew he was going to be a problem in this league. McKinley, talk
about that. That was tough.
I knew he was going. I knew he was going to be a problem. So it's looking like he's going to be. And even after shattering his leg, which people thought was going to be a career-ending injury for him already, first season, but he doubles back, makes it to the Super Bowl, and he doubles back, almost makes it to the Super Bowl again this year. Like. He is a problem, and that team is going to be making noise for years to come. So, Key just told us a bit about the Bengals. McKinley, talk to us about the 49ers, man, because even though nobody likes to talk about them, y'all heard, what's his name? George Kittle say, was it George Kittle or Nick Bosa? One of them two, they was talking about, listen, y'all watching America's team. And at this point, I don't know what we can say to go against it. Like I don't know how many conference finals they've made it to in the last few years. I don't know. They made it to a couple Super Bowl. Like this team is a force to be reckoned with as well. And they might not always have the biggest names, but they make do with whatever they throw on that field. McKinley, talk to me about them 49ers.
Man, can't even lie to you, man. The 49ers, they built a culture over there, especially on that defensive side of the ball. They've been really consistent. They've been really good in finding guys that really just fit the mold of what they're trying to do, and then just to have amazing talent like Fred Warner, huge example, one of the best linebacker I believe in the league right now. He's just all over the field, making plays for you. Nick Bosa, an amazing hit that they got. Just a menace in pass rush and even in the run game too as well. They've been able to just build an amazing solid team and just have guys and just find really amazing star talent just to put around those type of guys.
It's very true. It's very true. And then, go ahead.
And then with Kyle Shanahan, doing this thing was just a creative genius and an offensive guru. You just don't know what he's finna run. Like, you got packages for Debo Samuel in the backfield. Now they got Christian McCaffrey. Now you can have both of them in the backfield, and it's just limitless. You got George Kittle, who's just not only an amazing catcher, but just a guy who's really willing to block out there, really, really get his hands dirty and really make plays for his team. It's just unselfish. He had a down year this year, but you don't hear him complain, talk about like, oh, I need some targets. No, none of that. I don't care as long as I'm winning. I'm good. You got that big boy, number 71, Trent Williams. That boy, he a menace out there. I know some of y'all boys seen the clip of him just dragging down one of the Eagles players. I was like, God damn. Hey, nobody was trying to fade him too. Like everybody was like looking at him like,
yeah, ain't nothing you can do with that. Ain't nothing you can do with it.
They have to get a boy a 2-piece.
The same way you said you're gonna give the gorilla a 2-piece.
Yeah, get a small drink and hard try.
Man, yeah.
Them boys over there, man. That creative offense. Kyle Shanahan, he know what he's doing, man. He's running an amazing show, and that's why they've been able to just stay consistent for so many years and just put themselves in great position. And boy, John Lynch has done a great job of making sure they got good draft capital, so they could just keep on adding more and not have to, really reach out to guys in free agency or make huge trades that they'll have to lose guys from.
Yeah, it's very true. They're a very hard-nosed organization over there. You got greedy guys that are willing to do what it takes to put in the work. You don't got too much complaining going on that organization. You don't got too much back talk, too much headlines coming from them. They just go out there and play, and the proof is in the pudding year in and year out. So shout out to 49ers, shout out to Bengals. Unfortunately, y'all two couldn't make it to y'all ultimate goal, but we here at MKZ are gonna give y'all credit, to say the least. Key.
Class and shit. Another thing we got to take in factor for the Niners, which is kind of scary. That boy Debo wanted out. He wanted to get paid, and they didn't. They wanted to put him a 2-year extension.
Yeah.
He want more money, bro. So I don't know what they're gonna have to do. It's gonna be really interesting with the Niners because you got to take care of Debo. McCaffrey on the boy is already on contract. He's on rookie contract still, so who knows when that's coming up. And then the main thing is quarterback. Is Trey Lance going to be that guy for them? I know he tore his ACL rookie year, so we can't speak eighth on him. But I ain't glad that what's his name again? Not Nick Mullins. Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy looking nice, and I don't think they keep it Jimmy. So it's going to be competition between Brock Purdy and Trey Lance, and how that's going to work. But you trade up to get Trey Lance to the third pick, and figure it out. Trey. Oh no, man. We'll see. This is gonna be interesting. The NFL next is gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be very interesting next year. It's gonna be very interesting. You are right about Trey Lance. They traded up for him, so they have to at least throw him into the fire and see how he progresses and see how he looks, because you'll have the rest of the league talking about you wasted a number 3 pick on Trey Lance. But we'll see, man. We'll see, because that team, they look like a staple for years to come, and they've been that since. They've been one of those storied franchises since, they're coming into the league. So big props to the two, fortunate losers in the conference championships. But, let's round it out by talking about this Super Bowl, man. Let's talk about these teams in the Super Bowl. Let's talk about our predictions. Who's going to go off, who's going to win. Like, what do we got to say about the Super Bowl? I think I'll start with a few predictions, man. Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs. First off, I'm going to start by saying I personally believe it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be one of those games where we have two blockbuster offenses putting up numbers that, at the end of the day, it's going to be one of those games that we look at as one of those, offensive shows, I feel like, because although you have the Philadelphia Eagles, who have created an offense, especially with the wide receiver tandem that they've been able to set up in Philadelphia. They've created an offense that has been one of the most electric in the league. And, whether that's through running the ball through Jalen Hurts, running the ball, through the great ground game, the ground game they got in the backfield, to slinging the rock to to slinging the rock to the newly acquired AJ Brown and my boy Devontae Smith. Like they got weapons. They got weapons from top to bottom, and with the Kansas City Chiefs defense that is kind of lacking. It's a bit lacking in my opinion. I feel as though they're gonna put up numbers on that defense, especially being that it's a Super Bowl. I know we have some guys on the offensive end for Philly that might not be as experienced in those late season games like the Super Bowl, but I feel like the same can be said about the Kansas City Chiefs defense at this point in time. So I feel like numbers are gonna get put up on that end. And even though Philly has a very, very dominant defense themselves, and they've been able to, prove to be stoic throughout this entirety of this year and prove to be arguably the best defense in the league throughout the entirety of this year, bro, you got 15 on the other side. That's all you need. I don't give a damn what defense you throw in from the 15. 15 gonna make some magic happen. So I'm gonna be 100% honest. I could see this game going either way. I see a high scoring game. I see a very high scoring game. I want to see a game in the 30s. I'm hoping for, because I want to have an interesting Super Bowl. We don't want a Super Bowl. We don't want a Rams Patriots damn Super Bowl again, man. I ain't trying to see all that shit, man. I'm trying to
Well,
see.
we definitely don't want to see the Patriots in there again. I'll tell you that.
I want to see an electric. I want to see an electric game. I got this final score being 37 31.
Damn.
37-31. Who do I have on the 37 side? The Philadelphia Eagles, man. I got the Eagles. I got the Eagles coming. I'm sorry, Smack. I know that's not what you was expecting, McKelly, but I already said it in the first episode, man. I have a quarterback on the Philadelphia Eagles that is a bruh. He's a member of my organization. I gotta support. I gotta show some love. That's probably heart over mind, that pick, but I gotta rock with him. I gotta rock with Jalen Hurts and the Philly Eagles, man. Mahomes is gonna be a problem if they win. I'm not putting no money on this game because I will not be surprised if. I would even be surprised if Kansas City blow the doors off of Philly. I'm being honest. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going heart over mind, and I'm going Philly 37, Kansas City 31, Super Bowl MVP Jalen motherfucking Hurts, man. That's my fucking pick. Whoever want to take him next, go crazy.
You want to go with Kelly or?
I'll go. I'll go. Man, this one was tough because man, I've really been thinking about this for quite a few days. It's like, do I go with my homeboy? Do I go with the hot team, Philly? But I gotta go with Philly because
Ooh.
Philly, they're just to me the most complete team out of the two. They got the better offensive line. They got a way better defense. Their D line, both D line is like comparable, similar, but Philly got more depth, and I feel like got a lot more better edge rushers. Or the cornerback, the secondary, Philly got that for sure. And it's just gonna be tough to beat a team that's pretty much like when you look at the paper on the roster, it's just almost better in almost every area except really the quarterback, where the quarterback and tight end, where the Chiefs really got him at. So those are really the only two positions that the Chiefs are really dominant in. But other than that, it's gonna be tough, man, because it's gonna get to Mahomes, and they don't even gotta rush. Like they don't even gotta blitz a lot of guys. They don't gotta blitz really. They can get home with 4 easy.
Damn, so you're saying Mahomes is gonna pass Brady, but you don't even have him taking home another Super Bowl this year? What's going on?
It's tough. I could see it. Like you said, like I wouldn't be surprised because especially the performance he put against the Bengals on one leg. He has a high ankle sprain. Man, can barely move for real. But it's like, man, I don't know. The Bengals, and they're an amazing team too. Like they're similar to Philly, especially offensively. But I don't know, man. It's Philly. It's something about them boys, man.
They got
It
that
made me feel
moxie.
like,
They got that moxie this year.
yeah.
They got that mojo about them. They got that mojo about them.
I don't know, man. I might have to go with the script score because I don't know if y'all boys see it. Someone leaked the script. The script was saying the score 34-31. I was like, ooh. But my prediction of score, I'll probably go with 35-30 Eagles.
35-30 Eagles. You got 35-30 Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay, another high scoring one. Who your Super Bowl MVP?
My Super Bowl MVP, man. Ooh. I feel, damn.
Nah, he can't decide.
Because it's between, because I could see AJ Brown going off, and then, but like obviously that's dependent on Jalen Hurts as well. So it's like, but I feel like low key Jalen Hurts is about to just go crazy. So I'm gonna have to go with Jalen.
Okay. You
He
got
get like two. I feel like he get like 3 touchdowns. One of them rushing, two passing. You know, you get like
solid
I
game.
say 260 passing with like about 70 rushing yards.
Okay, solid game. Okay, I like that you're on the same page as me. We'll see if we'll sweep the slate with Kevon, or will he be the odd man out, who can be very well the only one to have the correct pick. So let's hear it, Kevon.
Yo, bugging. It's definitely gonna be the Chiefs winning that Super Bowl. I don't see it. No. Like you guys said, and everybody knows the Chiefs, 100% on paper, are the better team
You mean the
from
you mean the
offense
Eagles?
and defense.
You mean the Eagles?
Huh?
You said the Chiefs. You mean the Eagles?
The Eagles is definitely the best team on paper from offense to defense. They are, but bro, the Eagles. See, the Eagles is like you said, McKinley. You brought it up. They're like the Bengals, in my opinion. Two a great offense. They got two really good receiving players. You could actually say T. Higgins and Jamar Chase is probably better than Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. It's really good. The only thing that the Eagles have an edge on them is that they have a really good rushing game, but the Eagles' rushing game is mostly Jalen Hurts, in my opinion. Miles Sanders is good, but I see mostly happening because of Hurts. And Hurts didn't rush that much last week. Towards the end, he did, but and it is a Niners defense. I just don't see him doing that against the Eagles. Much touchdown maybe, but like getting 70 yards, I don't know. It depends how they play. But one thing I do know is that man, bro, Chris Jones, he's a problem. And he's proved it time and time again. It don't matter who's in front of him. That man go to work, bro. And we'll see if he could be the X factor for the defense. He's been doing it for years, so I wouldn't be surprised. And you give Mahomes 1, 2, 3 stops. That's gonna be hard, bro. I still think it's gonna be a hard game. I don't know how it will go. I hope it's a good game. I hope no one gets hurt. God forbid, knock on wood. I hope no one gets hurt. I hope nothing happens. But if it comes close, like the Bengals game, if it comes close, 2 minutes left on the clock, and Mahomes got the ball in his hand, 100%, I think it's Chiefs. And I'm not doubting the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, bro, Kelsey and Mahomes is the deadliest duo in Super Bowl history outside of Brady and Gronk. So it's just something, bro. I don't know. They got a lot of experience. They've been there, done that. Same with the Eagles. People know that Eagles team. Most of the guys on that team is from the 2017 Super Bowl.
Right.
But I can't go against my homeboy. Hurts. I love him. It sucks because I actually like Hurts. Where everybody's talking crap about him, saying Tua was better. I liked him over him. I like Hurts since he was from Alabama to Oklahoma Sooners. Like, it's just unfortunate going against Patrick Mahomes. If they win, I wouldn't be surprised. But I got the Chiefs winning. I don't know about 30-something points, maybe 30-27, maybe. I think that's my pick, and it'll be Patrick Mahomes as the MVP. I think them boy Kelsey's gonna go stupid on them boys. I really I think Kelsey's gonna go dumb on them.
Which Kelsey?
Travis. Hey, all offensive linemen get love from me. Them boys, The old line gonna be Chris Jones go punch him in the mouth. Maybe. Them boys, no, them boys gonna do work. I fought with the offensive line for Eagles. Um, and the offensive line for the Chiefs, they're not bad either. Y'all was saying recently, BK saying they no blitz. Oh, now they got some studs out there. That what's that boy name again? That white boy, Creed Humphrey. They got what's his name again? Orlando Brown. They got.
Orlando Brown not that good, bro. I'm sorry. He's solid, but he not. But I ain't gonna lie, he a little overhyped, bro.
He
He
get his
should have
blocks.
made the Pro Bowl off his name, bro. I ain't even gonna lie.
And he did something to his name. And don't forget that Joe Thuney, who they took from Patriots. They got Joe Thuney out there, Creed Humphrey, all the boys. They're all like upper echelon offensive linemen. It's gonna be a good game, but if 15 is still up on his 2 feet or 1 foot, and they get that bit rolling, bro,
It's hard to stop.
it's hard to stop. So I'm going, and I will with Eagles, but as an Eagles friend I know, he probably don't watch the podcast. He was talking crazy, so I hope the Eagles lose. Eddie,
Hey,
he was talking crazy.
hey, there you have it. There you have it. I think one thing that we can all agree on is this might be one of the most close, contested Super Bowl matchups that we've seen in a few years. I feel like I feel like usually we've seen some, we've seen some Super Bowls where it's like, okay, I guess this team is an underdog, but we know that this team is more so going to come out there and punch them in the mouth early. But this is going to be a great Super Bowl, in my opinion. We have two teams that I feel like are quite evenly matched, even if it's not, across the board. Even if it's not across the board, it's, you got Mahomes, who has proven to be the best quarterback in the league for the last 5 years. So, at the end of the day, all we can do is wait and see. Sunday is coming very soon. We got a couple days to go. We didn't want to make this episode too long, so we wanted to, just get in and get out. I said too long. We still almost hit an hour. But whatever, man. It's been a great time talking to y'all boys, talking a couple talking to Gridiron with y'all. I guess we'll see what happens Sunday. So before we get up out of here, I just got one put y'all on the spot question. A forgotten a forgotten NFL star or player that made some noise at some point, any era NFL player that y'all could think of that you just hear his name and it's like, those were good times, man. For me, he's not forgotten, but I gotta go with CJ2K, man. I don't know what it is, but he's a very electrifying back for the Tennessee Titans, and he is a problem. Probably one of the fastest backs we have seen in NFL history. So that's gonna be my pick. I see McKinley looking like the thinker over there, thinking hard as fuck. So let me see what Kevon, if Kevon got a player on his head.
Yes. But Logan Mackins.
Ooh.
I'm playing for that name. I could go on a host alive and no one still would have known him. One name came up straight to my head, but I'm not really best with him. But I guess I'll say him, Dwayne Bowe.
Okay.
Dwayne Bowe, Chiefs legend, great receiver. Or Eric Berry, the 1-2 punch right there. Those two Chiefs players.
Solid.
I hate the Chiefs. I don't want to bring them up like this before, but
solid. McKinley, round us out. McKinley, round us out.
Damn, forgotten player. Ooh,
Nigga, one forgotten player, bro. It don't even gotta be that forgotten, but just a throwback player, bro.
Throwback player, because it's funny because I'm just thinking of the most random names. Like I don't know, AK. I don't know if you remember him, but you remember George Iloka?
Could I safety for the Bengals?
Yeah, I remember George Iloka too.
George Iloka.
Damn, forgotten player. When you said that, I was thinking of Jarvis Landry. Like I don't ever hear his name.
Yeah, Jarvis Landry.
Solid.
Like his time with the Dolphins. Oh my gosh,
He a little too modern for me though, McKelly. Come on, show us your football expertise. Show us your football knowledge, man.
Another person that comes to mind, so random. OCU, damn. Okay,
Hey, your boy sound like Kevon. Say it again.
OCU Manor.
Okay.
He an edge rusher for the Giants.
Okay. I'll take it. Shit. I know half of our fans aren't gonna know who the fuck. Nah, they will. I know. We got some very expertise fans watching our episodes. But man, other than that, man, we good to go, man. Anybody else got anything last minute to say before we get up out of here?
Forget my picks. Man, Stevie Johnson. Man, I'm a dog, bro. Stevie Johnson for the Bills receiver, bro. I'm Vincent Jackson. All right, you know my football. Close it out.
Man, fuck my pick. Man, fuck my pick. I'm going the best Madden cover of all time. Peyton Hillis. His garbage ass. His bus ass. Man, that's it for us, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of MKZ, man. Super Bowl in a couple days. We'll be back to detail it when it comes back. Key, put the fucking Pepto-Bismol down. Okay. Trying to get sponsored. Hey, Pepto-Bismol, you see us. Come on. Holla at us. But, man, that's a wrap for us, man.
I'll need it desperately, so hurry up and hit us with the free shit. He needs it. He needs it.
And this for you, Smack. This for you. Great episode, y'all. Love y'all boys, man. Stay tuned for the next one. We out of here. Gang!